bridges. We have a number of public works projects being proposed for this year. We have the new culverts at the airport. We have the replacement of the Maple Avenue Bridge, which is a New Hampshire Department of Transportation Bridge Aid Program, which the city is responsible for 20%, the state is paid 80%. We have curb installation. We have some cleanup at 560 Main Street. We have a variety of streets and highways within the city that are due for rehabilitation. Anybody that has driven at all this winter is aware that it's been a very difficult winter for the condition of the streets in the city. So Public Works will have to stretch their budget as far as they possibly can to try to clear up some of the damage from this winter. We have $47,000 for sidewalk replacement. We have some storm drain management. We have some stormwater drainage repair work that needs to be done. We have some analysis of the hydrology in some of the stormwater systems in the city. All of those are designed to try to work towards mitigation of the storm impact that we've been suffering along Keene City. We also have a citywide stream inventory, which involves an inventory of all of the bodies of water within the city of Keene, including the so-called tax ditches. And we have some work to be done on 3 Mile Dam off Route 10. Does anybody wish to comment on any of the public works projects? If not, that actually concludes the operating budget, and we'll now go to some of the enterprise funds that the city maintains. The first one would be the parking fund. We've got money for the capital reserve for the city hall, for capital reserve for downtown parking improvements. We've got money for work to maintain the Low Street parking facility. We've got some painting of the city hall deck, and we've got some work to be done on the commercial street parking lot for maintenance on that parking lot. Are there any comments anybody wishes to make on the parking fund? All right, seeing none, we then move to the solid waste fund. At the solid waste fund, we do have a project that will involve the repair of some equipment at the landfill. We will then move to the sewer fund. The sewer fund, we have a number of projects. We have a reserve that we set aside for the sewer infrastructure, and we also have a reserve that we set aside for the wastewater treatment plant. We've got some work to be done on closing of Rose Lane being the location of the sewer treatment plant in the city of Keene up until 1983, when it was moved to the airport property. But we still have some cleanup that has never been completed on Rose Lane, and that will have to be done. We have some structural sewer repairs that we need to do, and we're going to have to start working on a new permitting process for the sewer treatment plant. So we've set aside some money for legal and professional assistance for the permitting process. The roof replacement at the wastewater treatment plant is scheduled, and we have a little over $3 million scheduled for dewatering equipment at the sewer treatment plant. Does anybody wish to comment on the sewer treatment plant? If not, we will then move to the water fund. We have a number of projects relating to the water fund as well. We have capital reserve set aside for the water treatment facility and a capital reserve set aside for the water infrastructure, which includes all the water lines in the city. In addition, we will be working on a chlorine injection station, which will allow injection of chlorine on Drummer Hill so that we get better distribution of chlorine throughout the water system. We do have some water system improvements. We have some water main cleaning and lining. We have some water tank mixers. Unfortunately, the water in some of the water tanks in the city has become very stagnant, and so we are trying to deal with that problem. Let's see. We have some water valve replacement, some watershed management, which I think involves some management of the areas in Roxbury near Wooded Reservoir. We have the water treatment facility replacement and some instrumentation upgrades. Does anybody wish to comment on any of the work proposed for the water fund? Okay, and then we move to the final department, which is the equipment fund, which is basically all of the equipment, all of the vehicles operated by the city. We have money set aside for capital reserve for equipment replacement. We have some ongoing routine replacement of city vehicles, and we have replacement of the diesel fuel pumps at 350 Marble Street, which have a tendency to flood in heavy rainstorms. So we're trying to redesign and rebuild the fuel aisle. Does anybody wish to comment on the equipment fund? All right, at this point, and then I would open it up if there are any general comments that anybody wishes to make about the capital improvement program. If there are any projects that anybody wishes to comment on that we have not already had an opportunity to refer to, or even if we have, if there are any general comments, I would open it up for those comments at this time. Yes.
Should I approach the...
Please up to the microphone. And please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Brian Rogers. I live on 174 Main Street, apartment 3 South. I've been skateboarding all my life. It's one of the best ways for me to grow up steam and get outside and do something productive with my life. I love it more than anything in the world. And this skate park that we currently have, not only is it outdated, but it's just plain dangerous. There's rust on all the metal edges and the frames. They're sticking up like jagged. I mean, if you fall the wrong way, you will get hurt on them, and more so hurt than just regularly from falling off a skateboard. I don't know if any of you are business owners, but you don't want us in your parking lots. You don't want us on your stair sets. It's a liability for you. I swear to God, if you give us this skate park, it will be put to great use and it will be greatly appreciated. That's all.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Yes.
Josh Iron, I'm from 150 Marlborough Street, and in regards to the skate park, exactly what Brian had to mention, the skate park's just plain dangerous. I've personally fallen from, there's a steel lip coming into all the ramps at the park, whereas this concrete park that would be implemented for the new park is much more ideal. This steel lip creates it comes up after it gets warped from all the rain, and right now it's at that point, and it's just extremely dangerous. You hit this lip, you come straight into tranny of the ramp, and it hurts kids. It's gonna shy away the people that normally would come to the park. Like it was mentioned before, beginners, kids, anyone that's trying to bring their kids to the skate park, it's just plain dangerous. A concrete park, like implemented into the new park that everyone's talking about, would be extremely ideal in the sense that it lasts much longer than steel that goes across the lip of these ramps. Concrete, it flows, it's nice and shaped, it's not jagged and all these metal pieces coming off of it. I think it's a great idea. That's all I have to say.
What was your last name? Could you spell it, please?
I-E-R-N-A.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone else wish to be heard? Yes.
Hi, I'm Jason Turner, 28 Owens Drive. Like Brian, I came here in 1989 to the college, but as a student. I was a little nervous when I got here that there wouldn't be plenty to skateboard. And like the previous gentleman just mentioned, there were plenty of parking lots and stairways and handrails for me to get parking tickets from the officer who was probably I built in that time before the Keene Skate Park was built. I built a park for Flat Street, the youth center in Brattleboro, and I also built one in Bar Harbor, Maine. I was very excited to not have to build. That was very good, and we loved the skate park here. We had a great time. And it just started to deteriorate over time. And right now we travel about an hour and a half on weekends to go skateboard. I work in Keene. Sometimes on lunch, if I want to go blow off some steam, I will go to the skate park and become frustrated. But I really want to travel to Keene and have that same experience I got when I first moved here in '89. And that's why I would love to see a new park.
Thank you. Question, Council Duffy? Could you come back just a second?
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Quick question. I appreciate you and everyone else who's spoken tonight about the issues at the skate park and the safety issues in particular. The current skate park is 9,000 square feet. The proposed park is for 3,250 feet. I would just simply ask you, do you feel that is an adequate size and could explain to us why?
The new one is proposed for 3,000.
3,250 square feet for the budgeted amount.
For the budgeted amount.
That's in the CIP.
Yeah, my feeling is that that is not adequate, and that we're going to be looking at a lot of fundraising to make it adequate.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to be heard? Yes, gentleman in the back.
My name's Steve Stengel. I'm from the town of Ludlow in Vermont, and I'd like to commend the city on taking on a proposed skate park, especially one that's proposed to be concrete, because being 52 years old and still skateboarding, I've renovated the skate park back in Ludlow, and it's a bridging experience because it's originally we have skate parks that were built piecemeal and put together, and over time, just like generations that skateboard, things deteriorate. And, but the love's still
Unfortunately,
there.
that's true.
But we deal, and to be honest with you, I couldn't be happier at 52 years old skateboarding. JT actually comes down to Ludlow and skates, and it's really transformed what a simple half pipe used to be, which is framed out of wood and then skinned in metal, into something that becomes a destination for people all over. We travel and skateboard together. One of the things that I've noticed is that skateboarders represent the most creative and strong individuals that there are. I mean, when you talk about one possibility of looking at a group of individuals that might be in trouble, but that rebellious attitude is what this country is founded on. And the opportunity to build a concrete skate park where people can actually thrive. We've all seen what happened this past Olympics with the level that snowboarding's gone to. And snowboarding was a renegade sport when it started out, and in some ways it still is when it goes backcountry. But to me, a concrete skate park give the opportunity for youth to go to the park, learn from older individuals like myself who are always willing to put in time along with equipment, which is always donated by the generosity of so many of the people that are now networking as adult individuals. So the park itself, having been a builder, has been a great experience to link people together. And I really want to commend and wish you all the best luck. I'll be rooting for you.